Hey guys, so today we have another Without a Crystal Ball and Tati video where I'm just essentially consolidating as much information as I can into videos for you guys so you know what's happening, because I think this is fascinating. Like, genuinely one of the most interesting things that have happened on the internet in a while. Before we get into the video, make sure that you do subscribe, because YouTube has been known for unsubscribing people or not notifying them when videos are being posted. So if you remember being subscribed and now you're unsubscribed, then you can subscribe back. And if you've never been subscribed before and this is your first time on my channel, then don't mind subscribing and turning on my post notifications to all rather than personalized, because then you have more of a chance to figure out when I'm posting a video. Social media will be in description, along with my second channel, which is a beauty-based channel if you want a little bit of a break. So I'm just going to go over a few things since my last video that have happened. Starting out with Without a Crystal Ball basically deactivated her main Twitter account, the Without a Crystal Ball official one. She then reactivated it, but on her social blade you can see she deleted a bunch of tweets on her main account because there is, I think it said like negative 22 tweets. So she deactivated, deleted some tweets, and then reactivated is kind of what it looks like. And then she posted on Instagram saying, I deactivated my Twitter today. I will be back. I'm not hiding anything. I'm not running from anything. I just can't answer anything. I'm not running narratives. Anything said about me is someone else's opinion, and anything alleged about me is false. I know the truth and I know what's going on. I can't speak about anything. I know you want answers, but you have to trust that this will be sorted out and everything will be fine. Demanding I answer questions will never work, and you obviously don't understand the legal system. Anyone gloating or acting above me, just remember, if you are making videos like I do, not many people do, and cover commentary, that's not the issue here. This can and might be you. No, it won't. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it won't, but be careful what you cover. Seriously, there are a lot of wealthy people on YouTube that spend a lot of money to keep smaller creators quiet. This is not about one person, but rather many. I've learned a lot in the past few days, and what I'm going through has happened to many others. Well, quite frankly, none of us got sued by Tati. Like, I've never received a cease and desist from Tati. I've never been sued by Tati. I'm assuming if she was going to sue more people, or like more people are at fault here, she would be suing all of us at the same time. So I'm seeing what that means is we're not as bad as you. A lot of what I'm getting, and I'll make sure to try and flag that up on the screen somehow, there are some things that I'm getting from the subreddit called Without a Crystal Ball, where they bring, you know, a lot of evidence together. And after my last video, there was a content creator who was live streaming, and Without a Crystal Ball seems to be a moderator for them. And they started playing my video and she went crazy. Like, she was basically just talking to herself. It was, oh no, she thinks she knows me and hates me. Ugh, don't watch her. She used my article, read it, cropped out my name and used it for a whole video. And then someone said someone is triggered. It was the entire base of her video and never said where she got it. She used my whole article. She posted my full article in her video, cropped out my name, the blog name, never provided a link. Like, she's just going off. And then someone says it's not the first time that YouTuber has done that, but of course Katie is presenting her side of things. I've presented the story in the full truth that there is to it. I have the emails to prove it. I have stuff to prove it. I never said that I wasn't in the wrong. I just said the way Katie approaches things is unfair, and then she expects fairness from other creators when she's in the wrong. It was her full basis of the video. Okay, plagiarizing. I'm dipping out. I can't stand her. This is the third time she's told the story. I can tell the story 1,000 times if I want to, because guess what? My channel, and I was part of the story. So if I want to tell the story again, I will do that. But I won't, because I already told it. And if you want to hear it, it's in my last video, like the first few minutes of the video. No, it's garbage. She drags me every time it's popular. No, I drag you when you do bad things. Other than that, like, I don't really keep track of you. I'm not subscribed to you. I don't watch your content, because why would I? So whenever you do something really bad, that's when I'm like made aware of you, and that's when I speak about you. She's done this same video 4 times. No, I haven't. That's just a lie. It's really just a lie. The last video I filmed about you was me... Oh, my hair keeps on getting stuck in my mouth. The last video I filmed about you was a full video about you and Tati, and only the first few minutes were the story between me and you, but the rest was a new situation, so that it's just not possible for me to film the same video 4 times when one of those videos is about a brand new situation. And then I've never filmed a video on you before. I just mentioned you in a different video. So where are we getting 4 times from? Where are we getting same video from? I just want to know. She even admitted it was her fault, so stop crying about it. Plus follow the rules. Stop crying about it. Oh my god, she gave me a legit copyright strike. Then I could have lost my channel. No, because I wasn't going to give her a second strike. Well, that's not what I said, you dummy dum-dum. I said, listen with your ears open. I said that when you're giving someone a strike, there is no way of knowing if the person you're giving a strike to already has strikes on their channel. So when you're putting a strike on someone's channel, there is a high risk that you are the final strike that is going to terminate their channel. I didn't say that you were going to give me 3 strikes. And as we know, copyright strikes are given falsely a lot of the time. So someone could already have 2 false strikes that they're trying to battle, and you could be the nail in the coffin for their channel. So I didn't say that. Once again, you're spreading misinformation about me. This happens all the time. I remember when I first spoke about this story and she was starting to get a little bit of like crap from people. She started like really swinging the story her way, like misrepresenting what I'm saying. If I said something, she would phrase it differently to her audience to make it look like I said something completely different. She likes to make it sound like she's this like legit journalist, and then she can't even seem to get a story straight, you know, when she's talking about other people, just repeating what other people are saying. So how many times will Angelika sing this sob story? 3 times now. Has it been 3 times? I think it's been twice, but maybe it's been 3 times, and I'm gonna make it 3 more if you don't shut up. I'm just so angry at this point. I'm just angry. Then when I defend myself, she yells at me. Defend yourself? No, you spread misinformation. You literally told people on twitter.com that I tried to bribe you. That is a lie. That is a misinformation, and it's also a misrepresentation of the situation. So if I want to yell at you for that, I will. Oh, this is Angelika. Is that an old video? Nope, she did another video about me. She admitted she messed up. Then there's Zag Creations. Now, Zag Creations is a very interesting account. I'm pretty sure people think it's a troll account made by Without a Crystal Ball. That is like the general conspiracy theory that is going around, is that this is an account that is ran by Without a Crystal Ball to like defend herself by herself. But no one really knows. So it says, Without a Crystal Ball, at the time I couldn't understand her complaint. She violated the rules, then freaked out, and then was mad you wouldn't remove a legit strike. If that's the simplified version you want to tell yourself so that you can sleep well at night, then so be it. And then Without a Crystal Ball said, yep, Zag, she admitted she messed up. And then she also says, at the time Nick and Dustin didn't like me, and these channels wouldn't say my name because they were all on Jeffrey's payroll. I believe she intentionally omitted it. She knew who I was. No, I didn't. I literally had no clue who you were. So she pulls the famous card when it suits her, and then she pulls the I'm a small creator card when it also suits her. You got to make up your mind, Katie, are you famous or are you a small creator? You can't be both. You can't reap the benefits of both. When you gave me that strike, I didn't know you had a YouTube channel. I found your article by accident. Someone sent it to me in DMs. That's how I found your article. I didn't know you had a channel. I didn't know you had a blog. I didn't know who you were. She knew who I was. No, I didn't. Why are you presenting it as fact? Once again, this is why you're being sued, because you present opinions as facts. And as much as this isn't damaging to me, I'm not going to sue you for defamation, but stop presenting your opinions as facts. Say, oh, I believe maybe she might have known who I was and maybe had a slight vendetta against me, but I don't know, that's just my opinion. Instead of saying, she knew who I was. No, I didn't. And that is a lie. This is a blatant lie that you're spreading. And this is why you're being sued, because you can't seem to differentiate facts from opinions. And it's starting to get a little bit tiring and also embarrassing. That happened, and then she started tweeting some more. So she had a live stream on Instagram where she started talking about all of us, how we're all bullies, how we all gang up to bully people, how we're all friends, where even though most of us don't really speak behind the scenes, I speak to maybe one drama channel behind the scenes on a regular basis. Other than that, I don't really talk to people on a regular basis. And trust me, you are not the topic of our conversation. No one actually cares about you. Like from us, like we'll make videos on topics the way we do about any topic, but in our personal life, you literally do not cross my mind during the day. I don't think about you. I don't care about you. You don't contribute anything to my life. Anyway, so she thinks we're all like friends. I don't know, like ganging up on her. Like what? We're in each other's DMs. Like, oh, how can we make Katie's life miserable today? You do it to yourself. So she did this live where she's going on and on and on. She can't pronounce my name properly. You know, it's fine. It's whatever. You know, she's threatening cease and desist. And then she tweets out saying, drama channels are allegedly still on a payroll. And I have a pretty good idea who is funding it this time, but what do I know? That's just my opinion. Just know everything they are saying right now might get them involved in a lawsuit they don't want to be in. How about you focus on one lawsuit at a time? Because I just don't think you've got enough funds for that. I'm just going to be honest, like not even pay, not even shady. I don't think you have enough funds for that. I don't even think you have enough funds for one lawsuit, let alone suing me, Dustin, Nick, Rich, and Shannon from Creepshow Arts. Like I don't think your bank account is going to take that very well. Even my bank account wouldn't take that very well, and you're a much smaller channel than me. So it's like, I know roughly how much you're making. Like, you do not have enough money to have 6 lawsuits going on at the same time. And that's, you know, if you're like financially like frugal, like you don't spend much money, then maybe you'll be able to absorb the costs of this Tati lawsuit. But anyway, if I were Dustin, Nick, Rich, and Angelika, I'd probably cease and desist. So she's basically telling us that we should shut up. And it's like, no. So I tweet out saying, doesn't she have a lawsuit to prep for? Someone please confiscate her phone. This is getting Embarrassing. I also said, at Without a Crystal Ball Official, I would love to know what you want to send me a cease and desist for. You don't think the Tati lawsuit is valid, but you think you have grounds to send me one. My opinions and commentary on you are allowed, just like your opinions and commentary on Tati are, or so you think. I find it laughable that she does not think Tati has any grounds to sue her, even though, you know, the cases between us are very different. You know, the stuff that Katie does versus what we do is very different. But she, you know, she genuinely thinks that Tati has no merit, like Tati's case has no merit, there's no grounds for defamation, so on and so forth, but somehow she thinks she has grounds to send us cease and desists for covering the story. By watching Emily's channel, Emily is a lawyer who is essentially just making videos about this whole thing, breaking down the law for us so that we understand it in more simple terms. I've linked her channel before, I'm going to link it in description because she did make a video on something that we're going to talk about today. And that's really exciting. So I've caught up on the information, I'm ready to talk about it. But by watching her live streams, I've actually managed to find the lawyer that is representing Tati, so his name's Michael. He tweeted out a few times saying, "We have been made aware of claims that many people have stopped supporting or buying from our clients because of Miss Paulson. If you have stopped watching Tati's videos or avoided purchasing from Halo because of Without a Crystal Ball /Paulson, please email us to share your story." And then he attaches screenshots such as, "I stopped buying Halo products and supporting Tati because of what Crystal Ball said factually." Someone said, "I did too, and went to Sugar Bear Hair. Halo has much better formula." That proves Tati's lawsuit has merit. There's tangible proof KJ's videos caused monetary damages to Tati /Halo. She really outdone herself this time. Well, I actually thought Tati's husband was a career criminal, conman who removed the oxygen of his dying mother prematurely so he could get her inheritance. I'm sure I'm not the only one she convinced. And I'm going to post that tweet here. Here is a tweet of Without a Crystal Ball basically saying that as a fact, essentially. So it's not looking good for Katie here. Then someone actually posted this saying, "Katie said tonight that she doesn't have trolls. I'll post the pic in the comments." And then someone else also posted, "Katie Joy claims she doesn't have sock accounts and that she doesn't troll. Boy, her own posts sure do keep coming back to bite her. I think I'd get off SM if I was her. More evidence." And they posted these two posts by Katie saying, "I've been in this group under a different identity, but I'm coming out. I'm a YouTuber. Some of you legitimately hate me or who you think I am, but I want to expose the monster that did this to the little girl and ripped people off. My channel is Without a Crystal Ball. I'm sharing a ton of stuff tonight. Just so you know, I'm not an asshole. I donated all my proceeds from previous streams about Sophie to the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children, $829 today. I also privated both videos. I hate liars and I hate fraud. Please be nice to me. Kay, thanks." And it's in like a Facebook group. "Hello, I'm Katie Joy. I have a YouTube channel and some of you don't like me. I've been in this group under a different identity because of death threats I got last week for supporting Michael. I'm here for the truth. I'm not an I even donated all the proceeds on the Sophie videos to the NCMEC. I'm going live on my channel to expose what I've found. Please don't be mean. You guys loved me under my fake account." So this is proof that she is using fake accounts. And then the lawyer actually quote retweets that tweet and says, "Never had a case where evidence to prove the falsity of public statements of the defendant just fell right into my lap and without me asking for it. I guess this is what happens when a party has the right to remain silent but publicly chooses not to. Thank you for sharing." And then he also adds that other tweet under it. And then he also tweets at Lorianne, who seems to be an account kind of defending Without a Crystal Ball, but basically harassing kind of Michael, the lawyer. So she's claiming that he is pretending to be a lawyer, but he's not actually a lawyer. And he says, "Lorianne, I'm in the office after court in the morning. You have the address. How about you meet me there? You can try to convince me that I am an imposter, and I can show you why the complaint I drafted to sue someone making false accusations of a crime has merit. It'll be fun." Then he says, "While working in the district attorney's office after law school, a wise detective once told me you can judge a person's level of guilt by the amount of evidence they attempt to delete once charges are filed. I believe this applies more so in the context of civil suits," and I'll get into it. I know it's a little cliffhanger. He also tweets out saying, "I think we found Doe number one," like Doe, like an unknown kind of person. "Yes, this case is going to court, and by the looks of your account, if you're not already part of the lawsuit I drafted, which is not a laughing matter, you very well will be soon once we determine who you are." And it's an account saying, "James Charles was sent to do the dirty work for Tati. Imagine that. Katie has all the DMs to prove what she's saying is true and legal counsel to keep the makeup mobsters away." Oh, yikes. Anyway, then he at Zag Creations, which, you know, they were in the chat that Katie was moderating. "Miss Paulson, if these accounts are yours, we have been instructed to communicate with your lawyer, not you. So if you are who we think you are, listen to your attorney and don't contact us. Nevertheless, I am sending a subpoena to Twitter just to be sure." And then Kay, who is a commentary channel, tweets under that saying, "People are saying you are not a real attorney and not the Westbrook's attorney. Can you confirm?" And he says, "Kay Baxter, with my name on the pleadings, wherein I made very serious and detailed claims against your friend, Miss Paulson, with the articles below speaking to my tenaciously obtained legal victories. Why would you troll me and draw my team's prosecutorial attention to you. And then someone says Kate isn't a friend of Katie's, she's another commentary channel. If you're looking for Katie's friend Kay, that would be the critical Kate. And then he says, thank you for clarifying, I was hoping that was the case. And then she says, yes, sorry for the misunderstanding, I always knew you were, but people on the internet keep saying you are not Tati's attorney, I was just trying to verify. And then he says, understood Kay, we cannot always believe what people say on the internet, and we especially should not believe things said by people that listen to others who are being sued for saying false things on the internet. And then Zach Creation said, please leave me alone. And then he also tweets out saying, I will say this generally to those that need to hear it. If you're claiming that a public record is your source for a statement, you should probably first make sure that record actually says what you claim it does. Otherwise, you're the only source of that factual statement. I believe that could be regarding the liquidating assets thing. So in the lawsuit against Tati, it says that James liquidated some assets from the company, and then Katie makes a statement about that statement that kind of changes the context of that statement and also changes the meaning of that statement. So what he's saying is like, when you misinterpret it, you end up misrepresenting it, and then you end up not saying facts. This could be about something else as well. He also tweets saying, we did our homework. Apparently some out there have done theirs too. Most people are advised to keep quiet after being sued. I present to you Exhibit A as to why such is sound advice. And then there's Katie obviously speaking again. So where is all of that taking us now? There is a tweet now that has come out, and it has basically like made this whole video happen now, saying Tati's lawyer is not around and this lawsuit needs to be taken seriously. A declaration and motion for an order to preserve evidence was filed today. Katie did receive the complaint and a preservation letter. She still deleted evidence anyway. I watched the Emily video like live stream on this, and essentially what happened was Tati's lawyers sent like an email letter to Katie's lawyers saying essentially like, you need to keep all of this evidence available for us. Now, knowing kind of like what I know by watching Emily's live streams, she could have privated videos, but deleting them is the issue because then you can't see the analytics behind it. It seems like you're trying to hide something. Tweets usually should probably stay up. She got an email basically saying like, we want you to preserve evidence, and then her lawyer actually responded to that email, which kind of insinuates that he did read the email. And then she ended up deleting tweets from both of her accounts. She deactivated both of the accounts, and she deleted and privated videos. Now, privating, like I said, not that big of an issue. You can still see statistics on there. Deleting is kind of where the issue lies. So they filed a motion for destruction of evidence with the federal court. So she deleted videos that were listed in the suit, and that's kind of like a big deal. If it was just like random Tati videos that weren't really mentioned in this, then she could have just done this to like, oh, like I just want to clear things up here. But she deleted videos that were titled in the suit as proof for the defamation. Kind of not a good look. She deleted a bunch of tweets from both of the accounts. So Emily said this really isn't looking good, and that a judge will be kind of pissed off about this because it is destruction of evidence. You know, the whole defamation thing, like might have merit, might have not, like Tati might win, Tati might not win, yada yada yada. Like Emily doesn't really express opinions about the whole defamation suit much. But when it comes to this, like Emily was pretty clear that this is bad. Like this is not good for Katie, and a judge is going to be pissed about this. There are sanctions to do with this. She could be fined, or there was like instructing the jury about this. So during a case in court, the jury will be told that she destroyed some evidence, and they won't be happy about it. Obviously, this will sway their opinion and make her look more guilty, because why would you delete stuff if you don't think you're guilty? That's kind of my opinion. Like if I don't think I've done anything wrong, and she constantly claims that this lawsuit has no merit and has no grounds, so why are you deleting the evidence? I just want to know. So people are also wondering, kind of like, there was some chat in the live stream about how this will affect the fraud case. So like people were saying that the start of the fraud case against Tati sounds very much like the article that Without a Crystal Ball wrote, and there's a lot of like that same information in there. So people are wondering if, while suing Tati and James for fraud, essentially, he was relying on information from the article on Pathos by Katie. And people are wondering if there's something happening behind the scenes with Katie and the business partner, if those two are interconnected. Now, if it did come out, because they're going to do obviously discovery, which is digging deep, messages, tweets, DMs, phone calls, like they're going to get into all of it if a court case does come up. Now, if they do all of that and they figure out that there's been conversations between the business partner and Katie, right? If that somehow happened, like they were messaging or something, and there was conversations about accusing James and Tati of stuff, let's say like allegedly that happened, would that then mean that there is like more merit to Tati's case? Because if it wasn't for Katie saying the stuff she said publicly, Tati wouldn't be sued for fraud now. if he's mainly relying on without a crystal ball statements. That was kind of mentioned in the live stream. I thought that was really interesting. If that's actually happening behind the scenes, I'm going to lose my mind. Like if Katie and the business partner had some kind of a talk behind the scenes, I'm going to lose my mind. Obviously there's no proof for that, so we can't really say, but people are kind of wondering, like, even if they didn't talk, it kind of sounded like he took some inspiration from the article if you read it. I don't know, people say it just sounds very similar, like the way it flows is kind of similar. The allegations are very similar. It's weird. There was also something else that Emily said about like the statements that Tati is suing for defamation, but they have to prove damages with those because they're not that like big and bulky. But then there are some per se statements which are basically just like she doesn't have to prove any damages. If a judge agrees that those are like defamation, then that's it. Like she doesn't have to prove that she lost anything from them because they're so aggressive and so bad that damages are not necessary. Just the fact that someone would say something like that is bad enough. And one of those statements is like essentially just calling James a criminal when there's no basis for that. That's a per se statement, and if that goes through, then like at least a bit of the lawsuit is being won by Tati. Emily doesn't really express opinions about if she thinks Tati is going to win. She's presenting the fact that we can make up our mind. Now, I'm kind of leaning towards Tati winning this suit if it does go through. And I think Katie, you know, as much as I don't like her as a person, I think the best thing for her to do right now, like if I was her or if I was like her friend and I was trying to give her advice, I'd be like, just apologize and beg on your knees for them to drop this. Essentially, because you do not have the money to drag this on for as long as they can drag this on for. You do not have much of a leg to stand on here, in my opinion, and I think they have enough to really get this going. Without a Crystal Ball's lawyer responded, but it's not really like that deep. I want to see kind of what officially Katie says or Katie's lawyers say, because we've seen Tati's side. Her lawyer, you know, presented a lawsuit and it's there. And we see what they're alleging, right, and what they're saying. I want to see like an official like response. I want the whole thing to be filed so that I can see the response. I want to see what Katie and her lawyer say in response to it, because it doesn't seem like Katie is going to admit guilt here. Like she doesn't think she's guilty. So from what she's been saying, she kind of thinks she's in the right here. I just want to see what she says. It seems like this lawsuit's been going on for about 18 months. So this has been going on for a while. So they probably have a folder full of videos and tweets. I'm assuming they probably have Katie's post notifications on turned to all. They have her post notifications on for Twitter and Instagram and everything else. So they know exactly what she's posting, when she's posting, and they've probably been tracking that for over a year now. So even if she's deleting stuff, like that stuff's in a folder. But that's the basis. So essentially she deleted evidence and now there is a motion filed for destruction of evidence, which kind of doesn't look good. If this goes to court, not a good look. It makes you look more guilty. And like Tati's lawyer tweeted, like, if you're deleting evidence, what does that say about you? So that's kind of it for today's video. It's wild to me, like, that this is happening. First of all, I was just like mind blown by that whole lawsuit in the first place. And now that there is a motion filed for destruction of evidence, this sounds like a movie. This doesn't even sound like YouTube drama or tea anymore. This sounds like a movie. I'm losing my mind. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, anything you want to comment down below, and subscribe because I post videos every time something happens, so that bell will be notified when that's happening. Social media links, second channel, affiliate links, any other links in description. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.